This is another game of Warp's Edge with the basic configuration of Achilles versus the mothership, the Dread. After our last match, which I think went really well, I don't know of any errors yet I've made. I think the available enemies, the tokens I got, the mothership, the warps, it all fit very well together. And before moving on to another combination, I really want to get one more match in with this combination. So to prove that this was not just lucky, but that I grasped the basics of the game, I mean, this should be an easy combination with the most basic ship, the most basic mothership, and without any additional challenges. So let's see how it goes. What I have learned is that you should keep your pace. You should not remove much from your bag, and then you can even decisively kill the mothership in the third warp if things align. Let's see what skill choices we have for this match. It's the Bright Red Jacket or the Perfect Plan. So the Bright Red Jacket is reducing the amount of lasers required to destroy enemies by 1, which can add up to 4 lasers for the regular ships or enemies, and up to 3 for the mothership, but it's unlikely that you destroy all 3 sections at once. The Perfect Plan, on the other hand, makes it easier to see new bought tokens. So I think this decision here is if I want to go for a laser strategy. I think last match was more based on evading enemies, which gives better results. Or if I go for something versatile like Perfect Plan. I think I'm going with the Bright Red Jacket for now and trying to do a laser strategy. The Perfect Plan goes under the deck. The first pilot planning gives me a fair bit of energy and 3 lasers. Enemy arrivals are a mercenary, an intruder, a stalker, and a venom. So there aren't any good laser rewards beyond the level 1s. And the venom gives me access to overdrive, which is a good power token. I am lacking 1 token to stun all the enemies, but choosing the other skill at the beginning would not change that because it would need a maneuver token to activate. So if I'm not mistaken, it's unavoidable that I take 1 point of shield damage and have to remove 1 token from the beginning because I cannot assign all the tokens somewhere without having any go to the token discard before taking the shield damage. So surprisingly enough, well, maybe it's not that surprising, I still don't know all the rules yet. Actually, if you assign enough tokens to a skill, it becomes active, but it does not mean you have to use it right now. So actually the token can stay there. I can activate it in a later turn. So this means the token can stay there. If I then store this token in the hold, I can assign 3 lasers to enemies, and then I will not have to remove any token from my token discard if there is none in my discard. So I'm stunning the Venom and the Intruder because they all both do 2 damage, and I will stun the Stalker. Now in the enemy attacks, the Mercenary deals 1 shield damage, and I would have to remove a token from the game permanently, but I don't have any. The Intruder is stunned, the Stalker is stunned, and the Venom is stunned. This brings me to pilot planning, where I draw 5 other tokens from the bag. So a lot of maneuvering, the level 2 laser and 1 energy token. Let's move that out of the hold. I think I will now activate the Bright Red Jacket, which reduces the amount of lasers I need to destroy enemies by 1 this turn, which immediately destroys the Intruder, which gives me a maneuver token to the bag. It also destroys the Venom, which gives me an overdrive token to the bag. I will then evade the Mercenary, so I'm getting a level 1 laser token to the bag. These are discarded. So I have a choice here if I want to destroy the Stalker or evade it. Let's go with destroying and pick up the maneuver token. Let's put this maneuver token on hold. So the Stalker is destroyed, I get a maneuver token. And with this 3 energy I will buy something, and I will probably try to stick with the Bright Red Jacket strategy of having good firepower with a Photon Blast. So the Photon Blast goes to the bag. Okay, this turned out nicely. I have added so many tokens to the bag that I believe I have another turn. Let's see. Pilot planning is, so there's 1 more token in the bag, and I draw the Photon Blast, the Overdrive, the Warhammer, a level 1 laser, and a maneuver token. So there's probably another maneuver token in the bag. The new enemy arrivals are a Reaver, a Ghost, a Vengeance, and a Berserk. Okay, so which rewards do I actually want? The Reaver and the Berserk would make me draw if evaded. That could be handy if I add tokens first. I still have 1 in the bag, so if I add 2 and evade 1 of the 2 enemies, I can draw the remaining tokens. The Vengeance could give me a level 3 laser, which I would like, or an Electrobot, but I really like the level 3 laser more. So Vengeance I would tend to Warhammer. Let's plan that. That would give me a level 3 laser token to the bag, which I can immediately draw if I then use the Overdrive with a maneuver token to evade the Reaver. This would stun the Ghost, and I have a bit of firepower left, especially if I then draw tokens from the back as well, which would also mean that I could evade the ghost, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, let's do that. So let's Warhammer the Vengeance. It's destroyed. I get a level 3 laser token to the bag. Then I'm playing the Overdrive with 1 maneuver token to evade the Reaver. So I'm drawing the remainder of the bag. This maneuver token is discarded. The Overdrive is now assigned only to the ghost and I can't remove it. But another maneuver token will evade it as well. So I get level 2 energy token to the bag. These tokens are discarded and I have a lot of firepower left to also destroy the Berserk. It's actually perfect. So it's 3, 2 and 1, in total 6 damage. The target or the enemy cannot be stunned by lasers, but I'm destroying it, not stunning it. And I'm getting an R power token, which for the Achilles is a randomizer. And I've learned to appreciate the randomizers much more than I originally anticipated. So this destroys the full row, but I did not add... actually I've stored maneuver token that I neglected, but nevertheless, the row is destroyed. I will just hold on to the maneuver token, and in the pilot planning step I'm drawing the rest of the bag, which is not enough, so the warp ends. I think this is a fairly good first warp. So I made 3 turns, which is a goal, I guess, that you always get 2-3 turns. I already revealed 3 of the level 2 enemies, so there's 1 left and then the 3 level 3s, and I've added some good tokens to the bag already. Okay, so let's ready the bright red jacket. Let's move all the tokens back to the bag. Let's give the enemies a good shuffle and place them on top of the drawing deck of enemies. Cut it, and that should be enough. Let's advance the warp token, and I get another skill. The choice is between advanced maneuvering, which I've learned to love, or the respite recharge. So I haven't seen that before. Move one enemy from the row to the bottom of the deck. I'm not sure this is too useful currently. And seeing that I'm still playing the Achilles with the Overdrive power tokens, I've already added maneuvering tokens to the deck. It sounds too good to pass on advanced maneuvering. So we put that back under the... So let's do pilot planning. And I've drawn a Photon Blast, Warhammer, Energy, maneuver token, level 1 laser. So again, a little bit of everything. The enemy rivals are a Venom, a Reaver, a Stalker, and a Ghost. So fairly easy enemies. And the only level 2 enemy being a ghost. So the Warhammer sounds like a waste, especially since the ghost does not give a really good reward. I don't need that much recharge, and 1 maneuver token is not something really special. So let's see, the Photon Blast would destroy the Venom, and it would also allow me to destroy the Reaver. If I store that, I will then evade the Stalker actually, because it only needs 1 maneuver token, and I will stun the ghost with a maneuver. This would mean the level 1 energy token here goes to waste. No, it does not, because I can put it on a bright red jacket to activate later, as I've just learned. Okay, let's execute this. So the maneuver token evades the Stalker, which gives me a level 1 energy token. The Photon Blast counts as 2 lasers for both enemies, so the Venom is destroyed. And I get another Overdrive token, which Photon Blast goes here, cannot be reassigned. And with an additional laser, I am destroying the Reaver to get another Photon Blast. So I'm putting this into the bag. I'm quickly accumulating these good power tokens from Achilles. So there's only 1 left of both, which sounds good. And in the enemy phase, the ghost is stunned by the maneuver token. And the Warhammer I store for later. So pilot planning are a fair amount of lasers, a maneuver, an overdrive, and 1 energy. So just to clarify what I've just read up in the rules, I could not have put it on the advanced maneuvering because I have to activate the skill in 1 go, but I don't have to use it. So I wanted to read up when the tokens are actually discarded, and they are discarded once I use the skill, not on activation. Even though I've drawn 1 more energy, I could not have put that here to now activate advanced maneuvering. The enemy rivals are a mercenary, a vengeance, and an intruder. So this is, I guess, pretty much the enemies we have seen already, and I should really speed up in defeating them. So putting the overdrive here would destroy, or not destroy, but evade these 2 enemies and give me those results. I could then use the Warhammer on the Vengeance to get a level 3 laser token, which would mean I can also destroy the mercenary and store the level 3 laser. But some tokens would still go to waste. But I think that's unavoidable currently. And the real question is, what do I want to keep? Do I want to keep the Warhammer? Or do I want to... Actually, that might be better. Because I think other level 2 enemies can have much more hull to destroy them. And the level 3s definitely. And I didn't add a Warhammer to the bag yet. So if I keep that, if I want the level 3 laser, I have to assign these 5 tokens here. It's a bit overkill. but nevertheless, which would then mean I could stun the mercenary and I would only lose this 1 token here, unless I'm using my bright red jacket now. But this is just too good to pass on. No, I will leave it as first plan. So I will play the overdrive here, which evades the ghost. I get a level 2 energy token to the back. The overdrive goes here, but it also immediately evades the intruder. So I get a level 1 laser token to the back. I then assign 5 damage to the vengeance, which is enough to destroy it to get a level 3 laser token. And I will stun the mercenary with 1 maneuver token. I will put the Warhammer on hold and discard the 1 energy token unused. In the enemy attack phase, the mercenary is just stunned. Plighted Planning gives me 2 maneuver tokens, 2 very basic laser tokens, and a level 2 energy, which is good because then I can activate advanced maneuvering. So the enemy arrivals are a Berserk, a Flame, and a Nemesis as my first level 3 enemy. Alright, so this would be a prime candidate to Warhammer, although the evade result is really good, but even with advanced maneuvering, I'm still lacking 1 maneuver token. I think I will have another turn, let's see. Yeah, there are at least 5 tokens in the back, and I've added so many maneuver tokens that I think I should have another one so I can get up to 3 and with advanced maneuvering evade this. So the question is, do I want to attempt that or I want to Warhammer it? I could try to draw by evading the Berserk together with the Mercenary by activating advanced maneuvering. This is then automatically evaded, and assigning these 2 tokens will make me draw. So the Flame could give me a Photon Blast or Warhammer. I definitely want a Warhammer because the Photon Blasts are almost empty and I haven't added a Warhammer yet. So evading this would actually be quite useful. So I think I should activate advanced maneuvering. So let's activate that truly, not later. So this is then discarded. Then the Mercenary is evaded and I get a level 1 laser token. This is discarded. And then I am evading the Flame with 2 maneuver. This is enough because of advanced maneuvering. Evades the Flame. I get a Warhammer token as a result to the bag. I will use the Warhammer token I started with to defeat the Nemesis. So that's discarded. I get any token I want and I have to think about what it is. The power tokens are almost empty. Well, at least the P, O and W ones. Do I want an Electrobot? Do I want another randomizer? I think the answer is no. I think I will go with a level 3 laser instead and add that to the bag. Which leaves us with the Berserk, which cannot be stunned with lasers, and I'm just reading that now. That wasn't really clever of me. Okay, I will not rewind that. I think I will have to live with my decision. So I put 1 laser here, I put 1 here to not waste it, and this would actually destroy me. Do I really not want to rewind that? That's an interesting misplay. Should have read that properly. I thought I had it figured out and under control, but if I cannot stun it with lasers, I would have to use a maneuver token for this. But if I'm evading this, I'm drawing. Okay, let's rewind this. So the Flame was evaded by me and they have the exact same amount of maneuver tokens I need for them. And I got a Warhammer. So let's put that back from the bag to the reserve and evade the Berserk instead. So I'm drawing instead of getting the Warhammer. I think the order would have worked out. This was Warhammered. This was evaded with advanced maneuvering. Now I'm evading that. So everything I added is already in the bag when I draw now because of the Berserk. So I give this a good shake and draw 3 tokens. With any luck, I can evade it as well. Okay, so I have a Randomizer, Photon Blast. It looks more like I can blast it. Let's activate the Randomizer. I know I added a level 3 laser to the bag. I should have, well, the power tokens I can't announce anyway. There's also a starting laser. Let's announce laser. And it's a level 3 laser. So I get another token from the bag, which also gives me the Warhammer token if I want it. It doesn't look like I'm evading that, so let's add the Warhammer token through the randomizer. Okay, this turned out pretty well actually. So assign that here, store the Photon Blast, assign these 3 lasers as well, which destroys the Flame, gives me another Photon Blast, which is actually the last one. Okay, this worked out even better than I expected before making the mistake. So there are no enemy attacks. Let's advance to pilot plans. Alright, so I'm drawing the Warhammer immediately, the overdrive, a fair bit of energy, and a level 3 laser, and I have the Photon Blast still on hold. Which brings us to the enemy arrivals, which are an Apocalypse and a Glaive. So the bag still contains 3 tokens. This is open information. So by adding 2, for example, by putting them back, I will have 5 for another turn. So this doesn't have any specific skills and would deal 4 damage. This one deals 1 damage to the hull, so I have to destroy it or stun it. So the obvious move might be to photon blast them. Well, if I'm using the Warhammer and I have to use it here, I cannot use it against the mothership anyway. The overdrive would allow me to evade 2 sections of the mothership. Okay, let's think that through. So one will be Warhammered, for example, to give me any token I want. And then putting 2 back into the bag will already give me 5 tokens for another turn. I don't think I want a level 3 energy here. Well, I can't evade them anyway with 1 overdrive, which I really should store for the mothership. This means I can buy something, maybe also work on recharging my shield. So I think I will destroy one of them, probably the Apocalypse. Well, I have to put tokens back, otherwise I won't have enough in the bag for another turn. Okay, so I have to Warhammer the Glaive. It's destroyed. I'm putting 2 tokens back, which should be firepower, because I have an overdrive already, which means I will put a photon blast back. Maybe this allows me to destroy 2 sections and a level 3 laser. Then I assign these here, so it's already at 5 damage. And with the 3 energy, I will buy another level 3 laser. Let's go full out firepower. So in the enemy attacks, the Apocalypse is stunned by laser, and I'm going to pilot planning. So I'm not drawing the full content of the bag. So sadly, I did not draw the level 3 laser I just added. Okay, but I think that's nice anyway. Well, is it? Well, this would be 5 damage to 2 sections. And with the Bright Red Jacket, they only need 5 damage to be destroyed. But the 2 sections with 6 hull are not adjacent. And I do have to kill the Apocalypse first. So the Apocalypse is currently at 5 damage. So I need another 4. But I will probably use the Bright Red Jacket. Enemies or targets, which is an important keyword here again, which includes enemies and the mothership, will take 1 fewer laser to defeat. So now it only takes 8, it's already at 5, so I need 3 more. So it's destroyed. I'm adding a token of my choice to the bag. I think I'm going with another level 3 laser. This is all discarded. And now I have to face the mothership. And I will use overdrive to stun these 2 sections. And I will assign this here. But unfortunately, it's not enough to actually destroy this part of the mothership, which means I would get 2 damage, which I can't prevent. So what do I want to keep for the next warp? I'm only in warp 2, so I think that's fine. So 2 shield damage would mean I am still alive. And I have to remove 2 tokens permanently, which is okay, I think. Let's go with the Photon Blast to be faster next warp. And with this, I just recharge. So this goes to waste. In the enemy attack phase, these 2 sections are stunned. This section deals 2 damage to me, which means I have to remove 2 tokens from the game. Let's go with 1 laser because I added a lot of laser already, and 1 energy because there are some enemies that give me good energy rewards and I already have a lot of energy. Okay, so pilot plans means I'm drawing the remainder of the bag, which is actually 3 tokens. Okay, wow, I was really unlucky with not drawing all this in this warp. So the warp ends, the tokens are all going back to the bag. My skills are ready again. The enemies are shuffled. So now I have a chance to see all level 3 enemies in the first turn. Again, with a level 2 enemy, that would be bad. But how high is the chance? So let's cut the deck and put it here. We advance the warp counter, so it's now warp 3. And I get another skill, which is the choice between Asteroid Run, which I haven't seen yet, and the Energy Bolt. Okay, so the Asteroid Run means draw 3 tokens from the bag and add them to your pool. This is interesting. For 1 energy, and I have a lot of energy, I can in one turn draw 3 more tokens. Together with these skills that reduce the requirements on enemies, so 1 for maneuver tokens, 1 for lasers, this could make the difference between a really good turn and a just good turn. The Energy Bolt is just, well, it's a good thing to have. Essentially, it upgrades a level 2 laser token to a level 5. Let's go with the Asteroid Run. I haven't played that yet. So the Energy Bolt goes below the deck. So the first pilot plans are, okay, now I'm drawing the firepower and I have the Photon Blast still in hold. The enemy rivals are, so level 1 enemy, the Intruder, the Berserk, the Reaver, and a Stalker. Okay, so let's not make the mistake twice that the Berserk cannot be stunned by lasers. So I really have to destroy it because I have no maneuver tokens, which means the Photon Blast goes either here or there. Let's just put it here. Then I would need 4 more lasers to destroy it, which could be this combination, for example. This would just be destroyed anyway. So this would discard laser tokens at the end of turn, so I should destroy it as well. And then I would stun the stalker with this and store this in the hold because I don't need to assign it yet if I still have storage space in my hold. So should I use the bright red jacket? I don't think so. It just adds up nicely as it is. So let's just keep that. All right, so Photon Blast, and these tokens are 6 damage, which means the Photon Blast moves here, the Berserk is destroyed. It gives me the R power token, which for Achilles is the Randomizer. The Photon Blast also destroys the Intruder, which gives me a maneuver token. This level 3 laser just destroys the Reaver. It would give me a Photon Blast, but I already have all. And in the enemy attack phase, the Stalker is just stunned by laser fire. So the pilot plans give me a Randomizer, 2 lasers, Photon Blast, maneuver token. And I have still stored 2 energy in the hold. Enemy arrivals are the Apocalypse. I don't have a Warhammer yet. A Venom and a Ghost. So as daunting as the Apocalypse looks like, it can be stunned regularly, so there's no rush in defeating it. Let's use the Randomizer. And I will probably say laser because I have so many laser tokens in the bag. And sure enough, it's a laser token. Okay, so what to take as a reward? For the power tokens, they are already quite exhausted. I could add another Warhammer, but there's no guarantee I see it before the mothership. And I have lots of firepower already. I have enough energy, I think. I could add the last overdrive, but then again, I just put a Venom there, which if I defeat it gives me the last overdrive token anyway. So I think I will just stack on lasers and hope for the best. Okay, so the Photon Blast will stun the Apocalypse nicely and just destroy the Venom, which means that I could destroy the Scout with these 5 here. Actually, recharging the shield now would be good, a good result. I don't need that much energy. I could just evade the Stalker, which would mean I can keep the energy. I think I have to shuffle that around a bit because this would be more efficient. So this is already 5 then, which means that the Apocalypse can be stunned by a single laser because it's not clear that I really want to laser it down. I will probably Warhammer it down, which would free up 1 laser token. And I could do it like this. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So I'm using the level 1 laser to destroy the Stalker. I get a level 1 maneuver token. The Photon Blast of the level 3 laser will be enough to destroy the Ghost. That recharges my shield and gives me another maneuver token. The Photon Blast goes to the Venom, which actually destroys it and gives me my last overdrive token. So the level 2 energy will go here with all the added maneuver tokens. This will give me a really nice evasion turn. So I can store this in the hold, and any enemy attack phase, the Apocalypse is just stunned by my meek level 1 laser fire. Let's give the bag a good shuffle. I added lots of things, and pilot plannings give me overdrive, maneuver to energy, and another overdrive and another energy token. So this will be an evasion turn with the level 1 maneuver I have in the hold still. And the enemy arrivals are a mercenary, a vengeance, and the nemesis. So still no Warhammer token. This could mean I activate the asteroid run now. So with all the evasion, actually this is kind of lucky, I guess, that I draw all the maneuvering in 1 turn without lasers. I have the energy to activate that. I should really activate advanced maneuvering now. So this is discarded. And now the evasion thresholds are actually 3, 1, 2, and 3. Evading the nemesis would be really good. This gives me a lot of cool tokens, so let's do this. So I would have to assign this here. Well, actually I could assign 2 overdrives here. That would mean they both are at 2, which would evade the vengeance. And then just adding 1 here will evade the nemesis, and just adding 1 here will evade the mercenary. But that does not deal with the Apocalypse. So I think I will just activate the asteroid run now and draw 3 tokens. And then let's see what we get. Oh my god. Okay, so it's even more evasion. So I think we go with the overdrive here. No, I don't need that here. So probably here. So this will already evade the middle enemies because 1 is enough for 2, 2 is enough for 3. This would need 1 more token and this would need 2 more tokens. Do I need the energy or the maneuver token more? Let's overspend this here. Let's put it into hold. Okay, so with the asteroid run, I've drawn the token. So this is discarded. The advanced maneuvering is still active, which means this overdrive and these 2 maneuver tokens will evade the Apocalypse, which makes me add 2 tokens I've already spent back to the bag. Let's go with firepower. And there's always the decision between a level 3 laser and Photon Blast. Photon Blast can just be assigned to multiple enemies. And since I do not have anything that doubles lasers, I will just go with the Photon Blast, I think. So the 1 overdrive will also evade the mercenary, which gives me a level 1 laser token. 2 overdrives are enough to evade the Vengeance, which gives me an Electrobot, which is nice, I guess. And these 3 maneuver tokens, or 1 maneuver token, 2 overdrive, will be enough to evade the Nemesis, which gives me a level 3 laser token and a maneuver token. That was a nice turn. Can't complain at all. So the enemy attacks are none, and I will give the still really well filled bag a good shuffle, and Pilot Planning gives me, wow, even more maneuvering, Photon Blast and a Warhammer. And with the maneuver on hold, I still have 4 maneuver tokens left. The enemy rivals are a Flame and a Glaive. Okay, so I have to use the Warhammer on one of those, because it's useless for the mothership. And I have lots of evasion. Sadly, I don't have the overdrive, so if I kill or evade both enemies, I will have to deal with the mothership, which is a bit much for me currently. So what to do here? Evading. So let's store that, so I can just Warhammer it next turn, and I can immediately deal with the mothership. But for the moment, I just want to stun it. So some token will go to waste, unfortunately. So I really want to evade the Flame to get the last Warhammer. Well, do I really want that? It won't do anything against the mothership. But then again, will I be able to destroy it in one go? Probably not. And the Photon Blasts are already empty. So my gut feeling says to evade the Flame, get the last Warhammer. Will be good for the last warp if we need it. And then I have to stun the Glaive, so it's not destroying me. And I don't want to Warhammer it, so I put that here. Before it goes to waste, I will also put the Photon Blast here. It's probably pointless. So in the enemy attack phase, this will be stunned, and the mothership is still protected. So let's go with Pilot Planning. So there's the Warhammer. Actually, there are 2 Warhammers. Okay, so again, this is not a good hand to play with. So I think I will just keep on stacking. So I have to keep it at 6. It already has 2, so I can assign 4 more damage. And then I would not need the Warhammer to destroy it later, because if I activate the Bright Red Jacket, it will just be destroyed. So I can store the Photon Blast, and the Warhammers are going to waste. But this turn was really not good to approach the mothership. So in the enemy attack phase, the Glaive is again stunned by laser fire. It's now at 6 damage out of 7. And the pilot plans are... So 2 energy, 1 maneuver, an Electrobot and a Randomizer. Still not that good actually. So the Randomizer, I'm announcing laser again because I really need and want lasers, and I should have many in the bag. And it's an energy token. Okay. So I think I have to drag that out even more. This does not do. So I will put another maneuver token here to stun it without evading it. I will keep the Photon Blast for the mothership. The Electrobot unfortunately will go to waste, otherwise I would destroy the Glaive. And with the energy, I will buy a level 3 laser token. So these 2 are useless. In the enemy attack phase, I'm stunning the Glaive with a maneuver token, and we go to Pilot Planning. Alright, so now we are talking. Now we have lots of firepower, and I do activate the Bright Red Jacket, which means enemies or targets require 1 less laser to destroy this turn, which immediately destroys the Glaive, which is currently at 6 damage. So this is all discarded after I get my reward. This is actually important, because I cannot re-add stuff that's still assigned. But I think I will just go with firepower. The Photon Blasts are still here. Is there another one? No, there shouldn't be. Yeah, so I think it's easier. I'm just adding this. Well, I could add overdrives, but then again, I want to destroy the mothership, not evade it. So, okay, let's put these 2 back in the bag. The mothership is no longer protected. So let's go. The Bright Red Jacket is still active. So sections lead 1 less laser to destroy. So the Photon Blast counts as 2. This counts as 4. This would be 5. This destroys the leftmost section of the mothership, because this is 5, 4, 5, 6. So these Photon Blasts go here. I cannot reassign them. This is discarded. Added a level 3 laser to the bag. So this section has 4 damage. It needs 7, so 3 more. So I add that. So this destroys the middle section. I will then stun the last section and assign 3 damage. I get any token I want. I'm choosing level 3 laser. All or nothing. This is all discarded. I give the bag a good shake, drawing 5 tokens, which I definitely have. Alright, this is a bit sad for the mothership. Okay, this is 13 damage, and it already has 3, so this section gets assigned 16 damage, and I destroy the mothership. Okay, so there were slight hiccups in the beginning, where things did not go really as planned, especially the first turn, I think, where I took some damage to the shield, but I could avoid removing tokens from the game. Oh, I then removed 2 tokens later from the game. Did I shuffle them back in? Am I really that sloppy? That's a bit sad. I don't think it would have made the biggest difference because these tokens were really not good. I have so many tokens in my bag that, well, yeah, so the remaining content of my bag is even more lasers. So if I would have drawn them earlier, I think that would have been even better. But it is a mistake and I don't like making mistakes. Okay, so let's see how we deal with this if we do yet another run or if we then still move on. I think I have a grasp of the game. The problem is that you are prone to do tiny mistakes when you're playing for yourself. So yeah, we will see.